Imagine a world where shadows are not just the absence of light, but gateways to other dimensions. What if we could travel through shadows? Join us as we explore this intriguing possibility. The city was a maze of towers and strange statues, always dim, as if the sun never fully rose. The air was thick with an eerie stillness, a silence that seemed to swallow every sound. Rain made the streets slippery, the gaslights reflecting in the puddles like oily eyes. The constant drizzle added to the city's melancholic atmosphere, making every corner seem more mysterious. A lone figure, their face hidden by a deep hood, hurried through the empty alleys. Their movements were quick and deliberate, as if they were on a mission. They moved like they knew every turn, their footsteps silent on the wet stones. The figure seemed to blend into the shadows, becoming one with the darkness. They reached a particularly dark spot, the shadow of a cathedral looming large and menacing. The towering structure seemed to watch over the city, a silent guardian of secrets. They paused, the darkness seeming to twist and coil around them. It was as if the shadows were alive, reaching out to embrace the figure. For a moment they hesitated. Then, with a determined nod, they stepped into the shadow. The air grew colder, and the darkness seemed to deepen. It was like the darkness itself reached out, swallowing them whole. The figure vanished without a trace, as if they had never been there. Just as quickly it pulled back, leaving only the sound of the rain and the water dripping from the grotesque figures above. The figure was gone. The city returned to its eerie stillness, as if nothing had happened. The discovery happened by chance, a secret overheard in the stillness of the night, where every whisper carried weight and meaning. In hidden labs lit by flickering gaslight and the strange glow of forbidden machines, scientists had long tried to understand the mysteries of the universe, pushing the boundaries of known science. They studied the nature of light, of time, of the very fabric of existence, delving into realms previously thought unreachable. And in doing so, they stumbled upon a truth darker and more profound than they could have ever imagined, a revelation that shook their very core. Shadows, they learned, were not just the absence of light, but something far more complex and mysterious. They were doorways, passages to other places, other times gateways to the unknown. The very essence of shadow was changeable, fluid, a living entity that defied conventional understanding. With the right tools, the right knowledge, they could be controlled, shaped, opened, revealing secrets hidden in the darkness. What this meant was almost unthinkable. No longer limited by distance, people could travel as fast as darkness itself. Step into a shadow in London, step out of one in Paris. The world became smaller, the impossible became possible. Adventurers and explorers, their hearts yearning for the unknown, embraced this new way of travel without a second thought. Spies and smugglers, hidden in shadows both real and metaphorical, found their work transformed. Even everyday people, looking for a way out of their boring lives, whispered of faraway lands and forbidden pleasures, all reachable through the shimmering veil of shadow. But the shadows held their own secrets, their own dangers. It wasn't long before stories began to spread of travelers who went into the darkness and never came back, of shadows that twisted and turned, leading not to familiar places but to maze-like realms where reality itself seemed to unravel. There were tales of creatures that hid in the depths of the in-between, things with too many eyes and razor-sharp claws drawn to the warmth of living flesh. The shadows, once alluring, took on a sinister aspect, their depths promising not just wonder but also oblivion. The city, draped in its never-ending twilight, seemed to hold its breath, as if waiting for something to happen, something that would break the eerie silence. The knowledge of the shadows, a heavy weight on its heart, a constant reminder of the secrets lurking within. The gargoyles, silent watchers perched atop crumbling buildings, stood as ancient sentinels, their stone faces etched with the passage of time. They seemed to have seen it all, their stone gazes filled with a knowing sadness, as if they were aware of the city's darkest secrets, and still the shadows beckoned, their presence a constant invitation to explore the unknown. They whispered of possibilities, of adventures, of escapes, their voices a tantalizing promise of something more. They offered a chance to leave the ordinary behind, to face the unknown, to embrace the mystery that lay just beyond the light. But in their depths, something stirred, something ancient and hungry, a force that had been waiting for centuries. A figure, cloaked and hooded, emerged from the swirling darkness at the edge of the square, their presence both ominous and intriguing. They paused, glancing around with an air of predatory grace, as if searching for something or someone. Then, with a decisive step, they melted back into the shadows, swallowed by the darkness, leaving only questions in their wake. The city held its breath, caught between fascination and dread, as if it knew that this was only the beginning of something much larger.